And dehydration, your worst experience with that?
Let's see, in the Tour de France, for sure. Just becoming, I was a little bit sick, and due to that, I was really dehydrated and just
A little bit sick meant?
just crawling to the finish and barely making the time cut. And, you know, getting dropped not by just a group of riders, but the whole 180 guys. And they're riding, you know, just cruising along and just falling off the pace. You know, pretty humbling experience.
He wasn't just sick, he had pretty bad bout of, it was either food poisoning or
Yeah,
flu.
yeah.
And,
but, you know, a lot of it was so dehydrated I couldn't really keep anything down.
what's the secret? Looking at the weather, you're going into it. If you're looking at the weather, and Best Buddies has had weather, we've had 40 degrees and raining, and we've had 95 degrees and sun. Yeah.
Wow.
And if it's 45 degrees and raining, what are you going to do? Diet-wise, what's your preparation wise?
You know, if it's a cold day, certainly, I mean, taking a step away from diet, the right clothing, very important. But as far as diet, you can eat a little bit more fat. That'll help keep you warm during the day.
I like bacon.
Bacon's good, you know. So it might not be your typical diet. You might have worked so hard up to that point that you're thinking, why eat something like this? Maybe it's just a little extra butter on your toast in the morning. But fat will keep you warm. If it's 45 degrees and raining, it's, you know, plus with the wind chill, that's a cold day. And when your body becomes hypothermic, you know, then you're really in trouble. It's important to carry extra clothing, a rain jacket, just a plastic rain jacket. Really
Right.
simple. You can buy them at a bike shop.
So if it's cold and raining, you're eating more. And but despite that, one of the biggest things is people can still get dehydrated on a wet day.
Oh yeah,
That's one of the biggest
Well, the
mistakes
problem is
people
when
make.
it's that cold, you don't get thirsty, but you need to drink. You need to drink. It'll help you maintain a proper body temperature. And you know, if there are rest stops, drink hot tea, hot chocolate, anything to keep you warm. That'll make a big difference.
It's an amazing thing to watch somebody come apart in the rain, and yet you know it's just a few little tricks.
Even like if it's 45 degrees and raining, just a little bit of, you know, Vaseline on your legs and your arms. It'll help keep the body temperature inside.
Yeah.
And it gives you an extra little layer.
Let's go the other way. Now it's super, super hot. You're coming into the event, and they're calling for it's going to be 98% humidity, 98 degrees. Now what am I doing, diet-wise, preparation-wise?
Right. Well, obviously drinking a ton, and out there when you're on the bike, you know, just trying to just keep reminding yourself to drink, and every rest stop, stopping, refilling your water bottles, and maybe taking an extra bottle and putting it in your pocket. You know, when it's that hot, you can get dehydrated really quickly. Eating bananas, you know, those are great. Again, adding a little extra salt to your diet the night before and even during the day. You know, some people go as far as even have like some sort of salt tablet.
Right.
You know, if you have a history of getting dehydrated.
And start drinking a day or two out, too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I buy liters of water, and
Yeah.
I make myself
Yeah.
drink the whole thing, and it's like, there's times you just...
You know, some people have a hard time drinking a bottle of just plain old water. Maybe add a little bit of a Cytomax or some sort of sports drink.
Right.
That has a little bit of extra salt in it, and it'll help, for sure.
All right, now let's go talk about equipment, and we're going to open this up to questions in just a bit. Equipment-wise, I've got some questions here. How can I do this on a mountain bike? Can you do this on a mountain bike?
Absolutely.
But what do you change? Can you make it?
I'd probably change, if I was riding a mountain bike, I'd probably change the tires out to get slicks.
Right.
I mean, you're going to save yourself a lot of energy.
Right.
With a smooth tire. I mean, that's the biggest thing, really.
You ever see somebody who's just a horrible fit on a bike, and you're like, you see have you been to some of these trail rides, and you're like, I can't believe this person's riding this.
Yeah.
And like,
no, it's impressive. It's impressive. You see a lot of people out there.
You're a mess, man. You don't want to say that to them at the beginning.
That's what I was saying before. It's about, you know, just being mentally strong, like with the willpower. These people, they make it through, and, you know, tube socks, high top sneakers, and, you know, a mountain bike that's like 2 sizes too small for them.
But they persevere.
But yeah, they do it. They do it. It's amazing to watch, and everybody's obviously doing it for a different reason. There's a lot of mental willpower.
How about fit?
But yeah, the bike fit's obviously super important. Some of these people are just doing it. that they're riding the bike that one day all year, and that's it for them. But if you're actually, enjoy cycling and are doing it, on a daily or weekly basis, fit is super important. And most bike shops will do a bike fit for you. Make a few simple adjustments. It can be done in 5 or 10 minutes, and it can make a world of a difference.
Now here's the basic question that you're going to laugh at me that I haven't even asking it. How important are cycling shorts?
For me, it's very important. Very important. Now, to get a pair of cycling shorts that are comfortable to you. Everybody's different, so for you,
Oh, you gotta wear bibs.
yeah, but everybody's different.
Right.
A pair of shorts that might work great for Richard might be terrible for me.
And have more than one pair if you're riding a lot?
Yeah, if you're riding a lot, having more than one pair. Always riding on a clean pair of shorts. Some people
I feel like it's
I've heard of
we're sending
people
them to
sometimes,
college for the first time.
riding on a pair of shorts for 3 days or something. And that can be disgusting.
It's disgusting.
And it can be dangerous too. You can get infections, saddle sores. Those are.
All right, worst saddle sore you've ever had?
Saddle what?
Saddle sore you've ever had?
Oh yeah, probably in the Tour de France. It's like calluses in your hands.
Yeah.
Right. Down. You guys know what I'm talking about, and it's just when you're in the middle. Typically a day or two off the bike will solve your problems, but in the middle of a 3-week race, you have no choice. So it's just awful.
One of the big differences I noticed between charity riders and pro cyclists, and this is a little trick, that's a simple trick, and you should all know it because you're all successful executives and you think you'd learn it, but for some reason on the day of the charity ride, everything goes to hell for these people for their basic hygiene.
Right.
Get out of the chamois as fast as you can.
Oh, yeah.
Pro cyclists, if you ever notice, they're out of their kit and they are wearing something else and they are cleaned and dried very fast.
Yeah,
do not sit around in your chamois for a long
A
time.
great way to have some of these problems is you see it on all these rides. You finish the ride and go to the beer tent or wherever, and you see people 5 hours later still in their kit, and that's the worst thing you can do.
And that's how you
just throw on a quick. It'll take 2 minutes to change, and just a pair of loose shorts.
Yeah, it's one of the
and a
fastest
dry
things you
t-shirt.
can
And
do.
it's also a good way to easy to get sick that way. Sitting in a damp shirt and damp shorts. Even when it's 90 degrees in the Tour de France, they tell you immediately to change.
Right.
A slight breeze and a wet kit.
Right.
Maybe a weak immune system, and the next day you're sick.
And you weren't always like this. You were a renegade kind of American kid.
Yeah.
And you went to Europe. I remember getting an email from you saying, "Yeah, it's the Euro thing. I'm dressing like that and doing that." But you actually were kind of hanging out in the beer tents after rides and making these mistakes.
Yeah, I didn't know any better. But I quickly learned. Now it makes a lot of sense to me. But.
So we do have an open bar at Best Buddies, but don't go right into it until you get changed. We also have hot showers, which a lot of charity rides
That's important.
don't have.